Namo Namo Buddha Divakaraya. Namo Namo Gautamo Chandrikaya. Namo Namo Ananta Gunanaraya. Namo Namo Shakyanandanaya. I bow down to Lord Buddha, who is luminous like a blazing sun and soothing like the moon. I bow down to Buddha, the prince of Shakya dynasty and a man of infinite divine qualities. May Buddha awaken in our hearts. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. This morning our subject is Buddha and his teachings, part 24. We are observing Buddha's birth anniversary service. Buddha was born in born in 623 BC and died in 544 BC at the age of 80. His birthday is called Thrice Blessed Day. The day he was born, the same day he was illumined, and the same day he died. Very interesting about his birth, illumination, and death. He was born in Kapilavastu, a foothill in the Himalayas. It is Nepal and India border in that area. His father was a king. King means not a big emperor, but a small ruler, and he was the only son. Buddha was born. Within 7 days, his mother died. So he was raised by his aunt, Mahaprajapati. It was in his horoscope that either he will be a big emperor or he will be a monk, mendicant. It was in his horoscope. So his father was very cautious so that his son may not be a monk. So from the very beginning of his life, he was lavishly enjoying his life and giving all the comforts so that his son's mind will be in this world and look after his kingdom. He was a great very learned person. He knew 64 branches of learning, lipis. His teacher was Vishwamitra. The king arranged his marriage. He married Gopa, daughter of Tanjapani. It was, marriage ceremony was arranged, all beautiful girls came, and Buddha was lavishly giving presents to all these girls. Then when at the end, Gopa, another name was Jashodhara, came, what will you give to me? Well, all my gifts I gave away, I have nothing except my ring. Check my ring. So Buddha married Jashodhara. Then he had a son named Rahul. Seeing him not interested in the kingdom and the world, the king was very much concerned. So he built 3 palaces. One palace for the summer, one palace for winter, and one palace for rainy season, that his son can enjoy life. And he was always surrounded by all enjoyments and worldly things. One day he went out from his palace and he found an old man was working with a stick. He never saw an old person. He asked his charioteer, "Who is he?" "Oh, he's an old man." "Old man?" "Yes. Everybody will be old in the course of time." He got first lesson. Second day he found a person was shivering and very sick. "Who is he?" "Oh, he is a sick person. He has fever and he has various kinds of physical ailments." "Oh, what is that?" "Oh, everybody in life becomes sick. It is inevitable. Nobody can stop it. You are not healthy all through your life. Some days you become sick." He got second lesson. Third day again he went out and found some people are carrying a dead body. "What is that?" "Oh, that person died, so they are taking him for cremation." People die? Yes, yes. Today or tomorrow, one day, people will die. He got his third lesson. Fourth day, he went out and found a mendicant, a monk walking through the street. Well, who is he? Well, he is a monk. He renounced the world. He got his fourth lesson. So he was thinking that death, old age, sickness, how can I conquer? How can I conquer death, sickness, old age? Buddha was a very bold thinker. I want to find out the cause and how I can eradicate those causes from human life. That was his journey. That is his motto. So what he was doing, he was meditating at the age of 29. His marriage life only lasted 10 years. At the age of 29, Mahanishkraman. The Buddhist literature says the great departure. He left his wife. When he was leaving, he opened the screen and saw his wife was sleeping with her son. That is the last look. Then his carriage was outside. Chandak, his driver, was waiting. He went into the carriage. It is said in the Buddhist tradition that when the horse was moving through the street, there was no noise. Generally, tuck, 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 when the horse walks, no noise. The unseen that power was holding that there should not be noise in the city so that he can depart without any problem. He came out of the city, country, gave up all his royal dress, all the jewelry, everything, gave to the driver, "Go back to my father. I go alone." He left. He came and found a monk named R.R. Kalam, a Vedanta teacher. He got all Vedantic teachings from him, but he did not get any peace. 5-6 years I studied Vedanta. I did not get any peace. He left alone. He went to Goya. There he practiced severe austerity, 6 years. His body was emaciated, only skin and bones are visible. The cowboys, the shepherd boys are thinking he is a ghoul. They used to throw stones on him. Then one day he was taking bath in the Niranjana river. While coming out from the river, he fell down, unconscious. So some shepherd women, girls, they watched him from a distance. So there is one girl named Sujata. He ran home and brought some rice pudding or some milk and fed Buddha and saved his life. Then he was thinking, torturing the body, one cannot attain illumination. I could not kill my desire, though I was trying to kill my body. It did not work. So what shall I do? I shall follow the middle path. Muddham Pantha. What is Muddham Pantha? Buddha gave this beautiful analogy. Here is a musical instrument. If you tie it too much, you will not get the right sound. And if it is loose, you will not get the right sound. So your musical instrument should be tuned properly, just right. Only musicians, their ears will tell that, yes, it is the right sound. So he was thinking that I shall follow the middle path. But some 3 or 5 or 6 of his followers, they left Buddha. But he is now eating food. He has not attained illumination. So he left. They left. Buddha is alone. He went to that Bodh Gaya. Still they show that place. I went there in 1982. The abbot was my very known friend. His name is Bhikshu Gyano Jagat. He took me for lunch, took me to the inner sanctuary and explained everything. Just behind the temple, there was a Bodhi tree. That tree is the 3rd generation, 2,500 years old. The first tree was destroyed, I heard by the British. Then one of the branches of that tree was taken to Kanji in Sri Lanka. And from that tree, they brought one branch and planted it again in Bodh Gaya. So that is the 3rd generation. So under that tree, he was practicing austerity again. He made a vow. Ihasane, that is a beautiful vow of Buddha. Ihasane shushyutu me shariram tvagusti mamsam pralencha jatu aprapya bodhi bahukalpa durlabam naivasanat kayamatasya lishyate. That is the mantra. It is in the Lulita Vistara, the biography of Buddha. Ihasane, on this seat, shushyutu me shariram, let my body dry up. Tvagusti mamsam pralancha jatu, let my flesh and bone fall apart on this spot. Aprapya bodhi bahukalpa durlabam. If I, without attaining bodhi, nirvana, illumination, noivasanat kayamatasya lishyate, I won't let my body move from this place. That is the vow he took. And on the 7th day, he got illumination. He got the bodhi. Then the abbot explained to me that he was thinking, now what shall I do? I got the knowledge. I know the Karjakaral Shrinkhal, cause and effect. This is called Patitya Samutpada. This is a Buddhist thing. He found 12 things, 12 knots of this chain, Shrinkhal, knots. I know 12 causes which brings human life. Main culprit, tanha, desire. I knocked out the desire. I am illumined. So, he was thinking, what shall I do? The Mara, the Satan came and said, enjoy yourself. Don't share with anybody. My guide told me, 49 days he moved around. Shall I share my wisdom, my illumination, my knowledge to the people or not? At last he decided, I must. What he did? He left Bogaya, came to Benares. Benares is the seat of learning, Varanasi. He went to Sarnath. Still you can go to Sarnath. It is 4 or 5 miles from Benares. I went there several times. There he said, Dharma Chakram Pravarti She, the Dharma Chakra Pravartan Sutra. When the city, when the society becomes stagnant, it dies. Stagnation is death. Movement is life. So we say the wheel of this dharma, the wheel has been stuck in the mud. So let us give shoulder and move the wheel. Let it move on. Means this, the wheel of life. It must move. So he started to move that stagnant society. Later on, his disciples, those and even his gurus, they overwhelmed seeing his power. So Buddha taught, very, very interesting. Sarve anitta dhruva anittam sukhamiti. In this world, everything is impermanent. Through his meditation, he says, all these human beings are burning by desires. These desires make them restless. This he detected through his buddhi, intellect. You see, according to Buddhism, this intellect is the Atman. Do you know why? They say, Jnana Pravaho, here is the oil lamp. You see the lamp, the flame. It takes the oil and continuously it is flowing. Here is the river. It is continuously flowing. The water which is touching right now, same water is not there. New water is coming. So according to Buddhism, this Jnana Pravaho, Shantanu, this flow of thoughts, the flow of knowledge, that is the Buddhi, that is Atman. Some people say Buddhism came from Buddhi, Buddha. Buddha is not his name. His name is Siddhartha, Amitabha. His name is Gautama. His name is Shakyamuni. He has several names. Buddha is a state. The person who is awakened, he is Buddha. Christ is not the name. His name is Jesus. Christ is a state. Buddha started to preach his religion, his Chaturarya Sattva. What you have? Misery. What is the cause of the misery? How to cure the misery? And here is the antidote of the misery. These are the 4 truths. They call 4 Aryan truths of Buddhism. Misery, cause of the misery, how to cure it, and here is the medicine. He followed the medical science. If you go to a doctor, first he will diagnose. You have this disease, what is the cause? Then he will find out the cure. Then he will give the medication. Buddha followed the same method in his religion. Very pragmatic, practical religion, Buddhism. He does not believe in God. God is not necessary. Why do you need a God? You have misery, I have the formula. Follow my Eightfold Path. You will be just fine. Right speech, right action, right livelihood, right concentration, right effort, right mindfulness, right wisdom, and right understanding and thoughts. Anyhow, these are the 8 things he mentioned. Perhaps you have seen this wheel of Buddha. There are 8 spokes in that wheel. This is the Eightfold Path. If you follow it, you will be free from misery. He made a beautiful analogy. You know what did he say? Somebody throw you an arrow. You are struck by that arrow. Then somebody came to rescue you, to take the arrow out. No. I want to know who threw this arrow, from what distance, when this arrow is made, whether this arrow is made with steel or some other metal, whether there is poison in the arrow or not. If you try to discuss all these things, he will die. Remove the arrow first from the body, that Buddha says. Why are you asking whether God exists or not? Where is he? What does he do? We don't need all those things. Remove the misery. Very practical religion. Very interesting. Buddha, what did he teach? He taught the moral and ethical aspects of Vedanta. Moral and ethical aspects of Vedanta. Anyhow, now we shall start our book. This book is called Dhammapada, Path of Dharma. It has 26 chapters, 423 verses. So we finished 10 chapters, and now we shall start the 11th chapter. Let us see what is in this book. The Dhammapada is the most important scripture of Buddhism. Buddha's teachings have been recorded in 3 books called Tripitaka. Pitaka means basket, box. Tripitaka means 3 baskets full of teachings. First is called Sutta Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka, Abhidhamma Pitaka. Sutta Pitaka means moral and ethical values everybody should practice. Vinaya Pitaka is for the monks. And Dhamma Pitaka or Abhidhamma Pitaka, some kind of treatment, medicine, philanthropic activities, all those things, you know. Which is amazing. During the time of King Ashoka, 250 BC, 1/3 population of the world are Buddhists. 1/3 population of the world are Buddhists. Buddha's teachings are engraved on the stone and displayed on the side, on the main public places. If you go to Bhubaneswar or other areas, you will see the edicts of Ashoka are still there. I saw some of them. It is written in Pali language. Influence of Buddhism. Buddhism came from Hinduism. You know, India is a very interesting country. Among all major religions, the birth of 4 religions are in India: Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, 4 lively living religions in the world are born in India. The chapter we have is Dandavarga, punishment. Previous chapter was Papavarga, sin. If you commit sin, you will be punished. Now, what kind of punishment will come and what kind of things we shall discuss. Now, if you make any mistakes, bad karma, sin, definitely you will get the result. There is no exception. As you sow, so you reap. According to Vedanta, sin, as the Christian believes, doctrine of original sin, you are born sinner. Vedanta believes there is no sin in the Atman. Atman is apahata papma, bijaru, bimrittu, vishuka. That is the definition of the Atma. No sin. Then what about our karma? Yes, you do some bad karma and good karma, you will reap the results. This morning I was thinking one thought, that how we can make our life day to day joyful, beautiful, happy. Buddha used the word Maitri Karuna, have friendship, compassion. Patanjali, the founder of yoga psychology, mentioned Maitri Karuna Mudita Upekshanam Sukho Dukho Punyo Apunya Vishayanam Bhavanata Chitta Prasadanam. That is the Yoga Sutra. Chitta Prasad. Chitta means mind. Prasad means calmness, serenity, tranquility, joy, peace. That is called prasad. So if you really want your mind calm, serene, joyful, peaceful, free from pollution, practice these 4 virtues. What is the first virtue? Friendship. Be friendly with everybody. What does it do? It will eradicate your jealousy. Terrible disease of human mind. Jealousy. Maitri. Karuna. Compassion. Be compassionate to the people. Make your heart a little kind, soft. What does it do? It eradicates malice from the heart. These are all pollutions, if you remember. Jealousy, malice. Then mudita, joyfulness. What does it do? It eradicates hatred from the mind. Next, upeksha, indifference. What does it do? It eradicates anger from the mind. So our minds are polluted according to Yoga Sutra and Buddha. These 4 ways: jealousy, malice, hatred, anger. If you do not have these 4 things, you will float in bliss and joy. I have no jealousy, no anger, no malice, no vindictiveness. And I am happy. Do you know what is in Buddha's mind? He wants to make a beautiful mind. Happiness, misery, all we register through the mind. Very, very interesting, you know. How does it work? If you smile, the world will smile with you. And if you cry alone. Nobody will come to cry with you. That is the truth. You stand in front of the mirror, you show your smiling face, a smile reflection. Gloomy, grouchy face, gloomy, grouchy reflection. I was in Bank of America in Laguna Beach. I saw a card in front of a tailor. If you grouchy or simply mean, there will be $10 charge to put you up. So I told that girl, give you a piece of paper, I shall write down that message. And I wrote down in my diary, it is there. If you gloomy, grouchy, or simply mean, there will be $10 extra charge on you. And we shall not put up with you. Anyhow, beautiful message. Be positive. Don't be negative. It is hard to leave some people, those who are very negative. No, no, no. All the time, no, no, no. One of our Swamis used to say, try to look the world half full, half empty. Here is a glass of water. It is half full. You can say, oh, that glass is half empty. And somebody says that glass is half full. Take the half full attitude, not the half empty attitude. It is extremely important that how you are looking at the world. Whatever we project, that thing comes back to you. Sometimes, sometimes we go when I walk in the streets, some people say hi. I say hi. I smile. Here somebody is greeting me, I must return the greeting. It is extremely important, that how we reciprocate, how we exchange our behavior with others. If you are only angry, hatred, people will avoid you. In this respect, Buddhism, we learned a lot from the Buddha's teachings. Do you know what did he say? Do not retaliate. Hatred cannot be conquered by hatred. In the beginning, in the Dhammapada, Buddha says, hatred can be conquered only by love. A farmer from the village brought all his fruits and vegetables in a big basket on his head to sell in the city. Whole day he sat with his all merchandise. Nobody came to buy. What does he do? He takes the whole basket back to home. Similarly, if somebody comes to you and releases his anger, hatred to you, don't buy it. How to do it? Do not react. If you do not react, those things will go back to that person. That Buddha says. Do not react. If you react means, do you know why? You are buying his merchandise. You are buying somebody's hatred and anger. Very practical. But at the same time, I was thinking this morning, then shall we not resist? Christ says, resist not evil. Shall we not resist? We must, some places. For example, Krishna was asking Arjuna, fight, resist. These are all evil people. They will destroy the society. You are a royal, you are a Kshatriya caste. It is your duty to resist, to fight, to protect the people. But Swamiji made a remark, for the monks, no self-defense. For the householder, you must defend. You must defend the society. That is the reason you pay taxes to the police. If there is no police in the city, it will be a jungle civilization. All people are not Buddha. There are some bad people are in the society. You cannot handle them, I cannot handle them. Or police will handle them. That is the reason you are paying. They say to keep one policeman on the street, you people pay $50,000 a year. The house soldiers, they must resist. Ahimsa paramo dharma, it is good, but you must be careful. Dandabhag. All men, first one, all men tremble at punishment. All men fear death, remembering that thou art like unto them. Do not strike or slay. When Buddha gave these teachings, there is a story behind. One day in the Jetobon, it is a big monastery. Buddha was living with thousands of monks, and some monks began to fight, quarrel. And sometimes they physically hit each other. What is the cause of that fight? That where shall I sit and where shall I sleep? They are choosing the place. Oh, that I want to that place. I want that place, you see. In the community life, it happens sometimes. So this quarreling and fight, this complaint went to Buddha. At that time, Buddha told this lesson. All men tremble at punishment. All men fear death, remembering that thou art like unto them. Do not strike or slay. Physically, it happened. One day in the monastery, many of these monks are fighting and quarreling. Buddha immediately left the monastery and went far away. Then the local king and the rich people, those who used to feed the monks, they came, where is our guru? But Buddha left. Why? But the monks are fighting. Is that so? Then we shall not feed the monks either. We shall not feed these monks. Then their quarreling collapsed and they brought back Buddha. Sometimes not bad. Quarreling. We fight, quarrel. Even in the monastery. Why? It is ego. Clash. Even in your family life, you will say husband and wife sometimes clash, ego. I think it is good, you think this should be good. Both were fighting. But what is the solution? My solution is when you do the cups and dishes in the sink, they make noise, chung chung sound. That necessarily you will have to break all the dishes. When the dishes, when you do these things, it makes some chung chung sound, but that doesn't mean you will have to break all the dishes. You just do it gently. Similarly, sometimes, I remember one lady, one in Los Angeles, one wife told her husband, I hate you. The husband gave a hug and said, I love you. But Swami, I could not quarrel with my husband anymore. Quarrel. Once two monks are fighting, quarreling, Swami Turiyananda told these monks, why do you fight and why don't you go and live another place? Then the two monks told Turiyananda, why? We are monks, we must live together, quarrel together. What is wrong? I shall be living a monk, shall I go and live with the worldly people? No, I shall live with the monk. I shall tell you some funny stories. Once, Swami Vedanta was in Madras. And a lady came, very aristocratic lady with his makeup and with vanity bag, fancy clothes. Swamiji, I want an advice. Swami Vedanta looked at that lady and said, You want advice? Yes. Eat well, sleep well, quarrel well. Then, do you know what happened? That lady was very embarrassed that in front of everybody, this Swami exposed her, and immediately she left. I was thinking, why did Maharaj say that thing to that lady? Later on I realized, he's a Nwara Brahman. He could see what is inside of that woman. Perhaps she is a very quarrelsome woman. Later on, when she would try to quarrel, she will remember, I was exposed. That will stop her. Sometimes in a negative way, it works. Quarreling. The monks, there is another funny story of the Jesuit fathers, the early Christians. The two monks are living in a cell and say that we are living together such a long time, but we are not quarreling. Let us start a little fight. Well, how to start quarrel? How to start fight? Well, this thing I shall say it is mine, and you say this is mine. Then I shall raise my voice. This is mine, and you raise your voice. Then quarrel will stop. Then quarrel will start. The moment the first monk says, this is mine, the second monk says, if it is yours, take it. If it is yours, take it. So all quarrel stopped immediately. So that is a good thing to do, Physical assault is very, very bad. That means that person is very gross. Verbally you can tell something, but physically, no. Next verse. I shall not read this, what is called the Pali teachings, which is not very understandable to most of you. All men tremble at punishment. All men love life, remembering that the word like unto them do not strike or slay. Buddha continued. They again quarreling started after peace. For a negligible matter, the monks started to quarrel and fight. They also came to Buddha. What to do? Do you know what to do? This verse is in the Manu Samhita. Sukham hi abamata sete sukham japati buddhate. Sukham charati loke abamanta vinashati. If you can digest that kind of ill feeling, ill treatment of others, you will go to bed happily, you will sleep happily, you will get up from the bed happily. Abhamanta vinashyati. The person who humiliated you will be destroyed. How? It becomes boomerang. As I said, that fruit seller could not sell the fruit in the market, he had to take back home. Similarly, this thing happened. Swami Vivekananda told in Raja Yoga, that's a beautiful illustration. Here is a stone, you throw. And if the world is round, and if that stone has infinite velocity, that stone will encircle the globe and will come back, just hit at your back. The stone you throw, it will go back round and just come back from the same point, it will come and hit on your head. So if you project, whatever you will project, that thing will come back to you. If you see good words, good things will come back to you. Bad things will come back to you. It is a law. I asked one Swami, what is the most important thing you saw in Holy Mother's life? He said, she never hurt anybody with harsh words. That I saw. Never hurt anybody with purush bhakya, sharp tongue. You see, our enemy is our tongue. We make friends through words, we make enemy through words. Words. Well, in our language, there is a beautiful saying, Bobar Shotru Nei. A dumb person has no enemies. Just be dumb. Sometimes. Bobar Shotru Nei. There is no enemy of a dumb person. Bakshalya. You know, these harsh words, it penetrates the heart and it gives pain, resentment, anger. A physical assault, suppose you have a cut, it may heal, your skin, your flesh, skin will be fine. But this mental, these harsh words, if I use on you, it is hard to repair it. It penetrates. Immediately memory comes, you told me this, you remember? You told me this, do you remember? That thing comes back again and again. Be careful when you use any words. Measure it, that how the other person will react. He who, seeking his own happiness, injures or kills beings who long for happiness will not find happiness after death. That's a beautiful verse. Hurting others. A question arose about Buddhism. Buddha says, be good, do good. Be good and do good. Bahujana hitayo, bahujana sukhayo. That is Buddha's teaching. For the good of many, for the welfare of all. Serve people, love people. Now, that is the golden rule. Those who draw the sword will die by the sword. Christ said, if somebody slaps on your right cheek, turn to your left, turn the left. Do not hurt people. You will be hurt. You see, these teachings are very, very important in our day-to-day life. We are living together, family, husband, wife, children. If there is a friction, hatred, anger, fight, quarrel, sometimes one man can ruin the whole family. I tell you one person, that man has a terrible drinking problem. Wife, 2 children, used to come to me. I cannot give up. Take a vow, I shall never drink again. His company tried to give all help to that person, but could not get rid of his bad habit. He lost the job. His family came from India and took the whole family back to India. Just one person ruined the peace of the whole family. His wife used to come and cry to me. 2 children, she does not work, depending on the husband, and husband is an alcoholic. One person can ruin the whole family. Buddha is very much important. Please maintain peace, joy in the family. It is excellent. Otherwise, you have not come to this world to life is very short. I shall take revenge, I shall be angry, this, that. That way you are ruining your mental peace. That way I see that the Buddha's moral and ethical teachings are very important. What is ethics? Not I, but thou. You first. I am afterwards. That is called ethics. That Buddha taught. Serve people. You see, it is service attitude is extremely important. Those who come here, I sometimes ask them, give some service. That way you will feel, that will eradicate your selfishness. Otherwise, day and night, me, all mental problems are there. Here Buddha says, he who is seeking own happiness injures or kills beings who long for happiness will not find happiness after death. Do you know what? Last night I was reading French Revolution, Bolshevik Revolution, Baltic, Bastille Day, those things I was reading at night. I read history quite a bit. The king deprived the masses and enjoyed life. They had no food. What did they do? They revolted. That is the cause of the French Revolution. Louis XVI was killed by guillotine. His wife, Antoinette, guillotine, killed. I have one lady in devotee in Laguna Beach. She used to observe Bastille Day and invited me for dinner. That day is very important for her. I am the king. I must look after my subjects. Their happiness is my happiness. Only my happiness, and then these millions of people are suffering, heavy taxed, they revolt. Same thing we see in Bolshevik revolution in 1918 in Russia. The Tsar, boom, out. You know, I'm just telling you that see others' happiness, then you will be happy. You are the husband of the family. If you see their wife's smiling face, your children's smiling face, you are so happy. I see a poor mother here, she used to come, 3 children, saved a little money. Christmas time she used to take to some discounters, some stores where the things are very cheap, buying some Christmas gifts for the children. You know, I used to watch her. Oof. That poor mother has a little happiness to give a little gift to her children. I see sometimes people come to Disneyland, all the year round you save some money to take your children to Disneyland. When you see your children's face blooming with joy, taking pictures with Mickey Mouse, well, my whole life, my whole years, saving money is a great thing, you know. That happens. I am just telling you that how it is important to make others happy. To make others happy, you will be happy. To make others miserable, you will be miserable. That we are listening from Buddha's teachings. How important it is to make others people happy. Swamiji says, in this world, if you can give peace and joy to one person in your life, that alone is real. Everything else is moonshine. That's Swami Vivekananda said. How I want to make my person happy. That is the reason Swami Vivekananda was very fond of Buddha. Do you know what he said? He never took a single breath for himself. He lived for others, for the happiness of many, for the welfare of all. Swamiji says, there was not a single person who was born in this world with a gigantic heart like Buddha. Gigantic heart, feeling for others. That is the way I tell you frankly, that is the way I understand religion. That I learned from Swami Vivekananda. What is religion? Do you feel for others? A feeling, loving, serving others. That is the way you will get fulfillment in life. Otherwise, me, selfishness. Swamiji says selfishness is sin. Unselfishness is God. There is a story about Buddha. Some people are taking some goats to the king for sacrifice. One goat was a lame. So the people are beating that goat. Buddha said, why are you beating? Well, we'll have to go to the king before noon because these goats will be sacrificed for his yajna. Buddha said, don't beat the goat, I shall carry. So Buddha took that lame goat on his shoulder and followed the others. Then he came to the king. Seeing Buddha, the king said, what do you want? I hear that you are killing these goats. For what? I want to go to heaven. That Vedic sacrifice tells me. Buddha says, killing the goats, if you go to heaven, first kill me first. But chop up my head so that you will get a better heaven. Killing an animal, if you go to heaven, killing a man, you will get a better heaven. Kill me first. Bas. He changed the mind of the king and all animal killing was stopped. Buddha brought that religion. Ahimsa paramo dharma. Non-violence is the main core of religion in Buddhism. Don't keep any enmity. Love people. You know, Buddha's religion is so, no complication, it was simple. Another thing, speak the truth. Speak pleasant truth. But don't speak harsh truth. Please, it is in the Manu Samhita. Buddha also says, tell the truth. Tell the pleasant things. Satyam briyat priyam briyat ma briyat satyam apriyam. Satya katha bolbe. Please speak the truth. Speak the pleasant words, but don't speak harsh, unpleasant things. But Mahabharata says, do you know what Mahabharata says? Mahabharata says, if you really love a person, tell the harsh truth. Suppose I love her, and I want to see her welfare, and I see that she is doing wrong. She is going in the wrong direction. I must tell the harsh truth to that person, because I love her. That is the way it works. See how the scripture changes. Do not speak harsh truth. Do not hurt people. But if you really love a person, tell the harsh truth. Anyhow, I told you in brief how Buddha's teachings are very effective in our day-to-day life, in family life. Just love, serve, make people happy. But it is true, you cannot make everybody happy in this world. That I experience every day. You cannot make happy everybody. All right, thank you. Buddham sharanam gacchami, dharmam sharanam gacchami, sangham sharanam gacchami. I bow down to Buddha. I bow down to his teachings. I bow down to his Sangha, the love of his humanity. May Buddha illumine our hearts. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. Peace, peace, peace be with all.